Hey everybody, thanks for joining me today. I'm going to be showing you how to make this blanket that I've been working on using the ripple stitch. As you can see by its name, it creates a nice little ripple. Okay, so I'm just using two different colors, rows of two each, but you can customize your blanket as you so choose, and we'll talk about how to do that in here in a little bit. So the colors I'm using is just a straight up periwinkle color and then a dark country blue. Right, these are always wash or dryer safe, but of course you can use any kind of thickness. This one is a 4 weight, but you know, any type of a thickness will work, and like I said, it's a washer dryer safe. You can use any kind of hook as well. So I just grabbed what I have on hand, and that is a 5.75 hook. Now for my blanket, it's a baby blanket, mind you, so it's going to be a little bit smaller. I just did chains of 86 to start. This pattern works up in multiples of 14, and then you add 2. Okay, so rather than start the blanket over and have 2 of them that I need to finish, I'm going to show you a short sample here on how I did it. And so with that, we're just going to do 2 times 14, which is 28, and then add the 2. So it's a chain of 30. So I spared you counting, hearing me count to 30, and I already have my 30 chains here. So when you get your 30, come back and you can crochet along with me. So what we're going to do is we're going to work in double crochets. There's just 2 kind of fancy stitches, not that fancy, but they're special stitches, let's call. So there's 2 special stitches, and the rest is just straight up double crochet. So I'm going to show you real quick in case you forgot how to do a double crochet. Wrap your yarn, and we're going to be working into the 3rd chain from the hook. So your yarn is wrapped, you put your hook in, you grab the yarn, you pull it out, grab the yarn and pull it through 2 of the loops, grab the yarn and pull it through the remainder 2 loops, and that's your double crochet. So next we're going to put 4 double crochets, 1 into each of the chains. So there's 2. Go into the next stitch for 3. The next one is 4. Now here's where we're going to do our first special stitch, and it's called a double crochet 2 together. So basically what we're doing is we're going to make 2 of these stitches into 1 stitch. So it really squeezes the stitch together, and it's going to make the valley part. So we start off by making a double crochet as usual. So we grab our yarn, put it in, pull it up, and grab the yarn again. So you're only going to go through the first 2 stitches, and instead of completing your double crochet here, we're going to put that on pause, grab the yarn, and go into the stitch next to it. Grab the yarn and pull it up so you have 4 on your hook. Grab the yarn and pull it through 2 of those so you have 3 loops on your hook, and now you're going to grab the yarn and pull it through all 3 of those. So now those 2 just have the 1 V on the top, so that's, you made the 2 stitches into 1. Okay, so we're going to do that again here. So we're going to make the start of our double crochet but not finish it, start another one, pull it through 2, and then pull it through all 3. Okay, now in between each of the special stitches you're going to make 4 double crochets. So just 1 into each of the chains. So that's 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so now it's time for our next special stitch. And here, what we're doing is we're going to be making the hill part. Okay, so we're going to increase. That means we're just going to put 2 double crochets into the same spot. And then we do that again to the space next to it. So we're going to increase again by putting 2 double crochets into that same place. All right, now we do our 4 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now it's time for our little dip there. So we're gonna make the 2 double crochets together. And we do that twice. So we start our double crochet, grab the yarn and go into the next stitch, and grab the yarn and put it through 2, and grab the yarn and put it through 3. And then we do our 4 double crochets, 1 into each spot. And if we counted right, we should have 1 little chain remaining. Ta-da, yay, we did. All right, so in here, what we do is we put 2 stitches, 2 double crochets. And that's how on each row, you always end it that way. Put 2 double crochets into your last stitch. We're going to chain up 2, and we're going to turn our work. Okay, so now here we are at the row 2. We're going to make a double crochet right back into that same place where we made our chain 2 from. And so we start each row with 2 and we end each row with 2. So here we're going to put our 4 double crochets in. And then we're going to just follow what we've been doing down below. So let's take a moment and sort of see. You can see how it dips and the hill and the valley, right? So wherever there's a dip, you're going to put another dip. So you do that by, doing the 2 double crochets together. Where there's a hill, you're going to do the increase that expands it, okay? So after we put in our 4, we're going to move on to our 2 double crochets together. So we start off with making our double crochet, but don't finish it, and then go into the next stitch to start a double crochet, and then you pull it through those 3 to make the 2 double crochets into 1 stitch. Now with the special stitches, mind you, you always make 2 of them. So this is an easy pattern because it's just repeats itself. You got the 4, then the special stitches, then the 4, then the 2 special stitches, all the way through. All right, so I had sort of lost track there. So there's my 2 together, my 4. So now we're doing the hill, which is the increase. So 2 double crochets in the same place. All right, and then our 4 double crochets in this place is next to it, 1 in each. We're going to do another double crochet 2 together. And remember, we do our special stitches twice. So we'll put another double crochet 2 together there. Then we'll do our 4 stitches to finish this row. And then our last stitch is this beginning chain right here. Remember, we always end our rows with 2. So there's 1, and I just put the second one right in the same place. And there's 2. All right, now you can sort of see how it's shaping up here a little bit better. Now I really like this pattern. Like I said, it's customizable. So if you don't want to do rows of 2 color, go ahead, change it up. You can do 3 rows of the same color, 4 rows of the same color. I mean, you could do the whole blanket in the same color if you'd like. It's up to you. But for this one, like I said, I'm just doing rotating colors of 2 rows each. Now, on my blanket here that I've started, you can, I wonder if it shows up very well on the camera, but I've sort of made it so it's a layered effect. Okay, just adds a little bit of texture to it, and a little bit of interest. So let's go ahead and finish this row off, and then I'll show you how I made that pop off. So we have our 2 double crochets here to end the row. I'm going to chain up 2. I'm just going to cut my yarn and pull it. Okay, now I'm going to put my hook back into that same place where I just ended, okay? Just so that we don't lose our spot. And with my other color here, the dark country blue, I'm gonna make a slip knot. Gee, I got everything all twisted up already. All right, so I'm gonna make a slip knot here, and I'm gonna just put it on my hook. Now I know there's a lot of different ways that you can add your next color onto it, but this is my preferred method. I tell you, I had one project done that I was so proud of, and wouldn't you know, I had an issue with the colors, and it kind of unraveled. So that was no good. And ever since then, I kind of just been a little bit paranoid about it, but whatever works for you. For me, I do it this way. So here I just joined it. I did a slip stitch into my slip knot, and then I chained up 2. Now I'm going to turn it. Now here's where you can make a choice. You can either leave these ends hanging out and then come back later and sew them in with your needle, or you can sew over the top of them. That's what we're going to do. Okay. So get over there, it ends. There we go. All right. So to start the row, we got to do 2 in the same place, right? So I'm just going to make a double crochet right there. And then from here on out, I'm going to work into the back loop only. So that means, let me turn it real quick to show you. See on the top, there's the V's. There's the 2 of them. They call this the front loop, and they call this one back here the back loop. So you're just going to put your hook down into the back loop of that only. All right? So you're going to wrap your yarn and make your 4 double crochets. Remember, going 1 into each. And kind of just work around those pesky little ends. All right, so I'm going to give those ends a good yank. Looks like we're going to have to sew over them for a couple more stitches. So we just do our four double crochets after we do the beginning 2, and it's just a repeating pattern. So Here we're going to do our valley next, right? So we're going to do the 2 double crochets together. So that's one of them. Remember, we do 2 of our special stitches. So this is the second one right here. Ugh, these tails are a pain, and you know what, but I think it's a kind of a more of a pain, at least for me, to go back and sew them in. So we'll just suffer through it. All right, looks like they're finally sewed over. So we're going to carry on with our 4 double crochets, 1 into each. And then our special stitch, the expanding. So that means we're on top of the hill. And we're going to just keep increasing that. All right, and our 4 stitches in between. So you can see this pattern is pretty quick to work up. The only problem, you gotta just remember to be paying a little bit of attention to it. You can't just mindlessly crochet this pattern. Or at least I can't. Because it's really easy to get the count off. And if you're just sitting back watching your program and get all immersed in your program, your count might get off. You don't have to rip out your work. That's no fun to do. Okay. Anyway, so hooray. We got that countdown right for this one. It all worked out. We have our last stitch left here from the chains. So we're going to put in our 2 double crochets here at the end. All right, then we just chain up, turn our work, put our first double crochet right in the same place where our chains came from, and then we do the 4 double crochets, and then our special stitches, 2 of them. Again, this pattern is really open for you to customize it. So there's a way of making these. If you don't want to have, oh, it looks like I missed sewing in some of that tail. I'm just going to clip it off. All right. No, I forgot what I was telling you. But anyways, I know I was talking about the customizing. Oh yeah, so if you don't want to put the 4 in between, that's fine. You can make it shorter, so then your ripple is a little bit closer together. You can put it longer, so then it's really more spread out. If you choose, of course, then you'll have to fiddle around with the number, the multiple number, right? Because it's not going to stay at 14 if you customize it like that. So you just have to do a little bit of changing with that, but you can also use different stitch. Now, of course, if you were to use a triple crochet, that's going to make your stitches a lot longer, right? But the premise is the same. You would still do the peaks, the hills, by doing the increase, and the valleys by sewing the 2 stitches together, crocheting the 2 stitches together. Okay, you can do half double crochets, that'll work, and you could even do a single crochet. That's just going to make your rows thinner, right? So the longer one, of course, if you do the triple, it'd probably be about here. On the ends, you want to Probably make it a chain 3 instead of just the chain 2. Doing the half double crochets, I'd probably keep it at a 1, chain 1 on the side, but some people I know like to do just keep it a chain 2. So anyways, you can see here with all my talking, I kind of forgot where I was in the pattern. It's easy to see. So there's the 4 double crochets right there. You can see where the 2 are crocheted together. See, it makes a V right there. So that tells me the next special stitch is the crocheting the 2 together, because we're making a valley, right? All right, so then you just have your 4 at the end. Then you're going to make your 2 double crochets over here, and that's the way of it. So it's really nice. Oh, I forgot to show you. So with the back loop only, you couldn't really see it on this side. This is how it would look if you go through both of your V's, right? By doing the back loop only, it makes this little texture right here. It makes this bottom layer pop out, so it looks like we're every row that we're putting on next is kind of going under it. Okay, if you don't want to do that, that's fine. Just go through both of them, and that works out just perfectly too. But anyways, this is a really cool kind of a pattern. It adds life to your projects, to your blankets. I mean, you could make a lot of different things from this, couldn't you? Scarves, blankets, hats, using this stitch. All right, anyways, let me know what you think. Leave a comment if you have any questions. I can try to answer those for you. But otherwise, I guess that's it for now. And thanks so much for watching. We'll see you later. Bye.